By 1982, the global stockpile of nuclear weapons is growing faster than ever. The Soviet Union appoints a new hawkish leader, Yuri Andropov. Andropov quickly brings tensions with the West to new heights. A new breed of highly accurate medium-range missiles face off in Europe across the Iron Curtain. There's even talk of placing nuclear warheads in orbit.
By the 80s or 90s, probably at least 100,000 times the firepower that we had at the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Enough to destroy the world several times over. No doubt.
Even with the growing anti-nuclear movement, the mid-1980s witnesses the global stockpile rise to 70,000 warheads. A compelling argument to be very, very afraid.
They had what was called the Mad Doctrine. It was a mutually assured destruction, which basically said if we have a nuclear war, everything's going to be destroyed. The mantra back then was, there's nothing you can do. If it happens, it's all over. So there's no point in doing anything. Why waste the money? You can't survive.
Steve Jones decides he does want to survive. In 1986, he builds his very own fallout shelter.
Here we have the water storage. Let's see, I think there's 75 gallons of water there. It's your wheat grinder. Here's some emergency air supply hose. There's bedding, first aid stuff over right here. Now, these hammocks are for sleeping in, actually.
Then, just 3 years after he completes his shelter,
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Many people, and I was one of them, thought that it would be decades before we would finally find a way of ending the Cold War. And when it ended all of a sudden.
As the mighty USSR crumbles, so too do global fears of nuclear war. But today, fear-mongering rhetoric around the world is once again reaching alarming levels.
Russia is capable of turning the United States into radioactive ash.